That's 1,043 and
Still climbing.
that's like 1570 foot-pounds on a stock 68 RP. And that was 2,200 microseconds with Exergy 100% injectors and a 10 mil CP 4.2.
1,043.
I mean, the power spread is nuts.
1,043.
What an exciting dyno time. It's always fun when you put a truck on the dyno and it exceeds your expectations. We've had a lot of 6.7 trucks that you can have all the best parts and they come up 100 horsepower shy. We're not sure, like some of the 10 to 12 trucks, the CM2200 is always a hard controller to deal with. But on the 5th gens, the CMF 2450 ECM, this is the first truck that we finally got a set of injectors in. Exergy built a prototype for this, and these will be available for you guys. If you guys ever want to do a build on the newer trucks, you can pull your injectors in. Like, you know, a guy takes like this truck has less than 5,000 miles on it. So we were able to send those in. They tested out perfectly, and they were able to modify these nozzles, and you can modify injector body like that, get it back in the truck, and it's around $1,800–1,900 for a set of injectors rather than spending an extra, you know, $400 a piece for new Bosch bodies. So that's going to be a good option for you guys if you guys are doing this on newer trucks. Obviously, once you have 150,000 miles on your truck and the bodies don't test out perfectly, Exergy's going to tell you to buy new injector bodies instead of modifying your own. But first tune on this, we started on tune 3, which was 1,800 microseconds. We did 692 horsepower and about 1,200 foot-pounds of torque, which is a little bit more than we did on max effort on the stock injectors. And that we did 671 horsepower on the stock injectors. Turned it up to tune 4, which was 2,000 microseconds, and it did 860, I believe, and 1,400 foot-pounds. And then we turned it up to tune 5, which was 2,200 microseconds, and it did 1,043 and 1,600 foot-pounds of torque, which the increases were incredible. I mean, to have 200 microsecond changes make 150 horsepower difference like that shows that there's still plenty of gains to be had. And if we add more fuel, I'm sure it would make more power, but Andy was already hiding behind the forklift when we were running this thing, knowing that he's going to either break the 68 or a rod's going to come out the side of the block or something like that. But these engines do have forged rods, they have graphite iron blocks, and if a Cummins rates the engine at a higher horsepower, they're going to have better parts in them. But we don't know how much better. So it held 143 or 1,043 horsepower one time. So we're going to have to put this thing on the street, and we'll let Andy put it through its paces, and we're going to, I mean, time will tell on how strong these engines really are. It has ARP 625s in it, otherwise it's a stock engine. But we're looking forward to working with this platform because it seems very responsive, and it still drives nice, and it's clean. The drivability, the injectors are a really good platform, and we are excited for what's coming down the pike. Okay, we've got Josh's Pro Street truck here, and he's back here hiding from the camera because he doesn't want to be on camera. So I wanted to go over a little bit some of the things we've been working on. He bought the Bosch system back from me. This was a setup that we had on the truck we put on in 2017 originally. This is Phil DeVries from Exergy. He does a lot of the development on the Bosch system. He did the harness and stuff on the S10. He does a lot of the injector development. He's a good man. Good man to know. So we've added the power box system to the Bosch harness that we had. That controls all the power systems of the truck. So the nitrous system, water injection, power steering, lights, and it's all integrated into the Bosch, so it talks to each other on a CAN bus circuit. So you can take pretty much any of the signals from the ECU and say when it hits 1800 degrees EGTs, let's turn on the second stage of water. I mean, everything talks together. It makes it really nice. He's been here the last 2 days, and we are going to take the thing outside and put it on the staging limiter, hopefully, for the first time, and test the trans brake, bump box. And then if all goes well, we want to go to Indiana this weekend and do some test sessions at the Wagler private testing. So I don't know. Anything you have to say about this?
No, I think you covered all the bases. I mean, really, the big upgrade for this year is adding the Bosch power box. That'll just give us all this control we never had with this truck before, especially with the Turbo 400 transmission. It'll control all the shifting and the torque converter lockup and all the staging. So it should hopefully work a lot smoother.
Right.
You know, in the staging lane.
we had the Bosch ECU with the Racepack Smart Wire. The Racepack Smart Wire worked great, but they didn't talk to each other near as well as what the Bosch Power Box did. And this makes with what we saw on the S10, we learned after we did what we did on the S10. I said if we ever put the Bosch back on the Pro Street truck, I want to have a power box. So
yeah, so the power box, it really replaced the Racepack Smart Wire to control all the basic functions of the truck. It replaced a nitrous controller that was controlling, I think, 2 or 3 stages back 2 or 3 years ago. And it also replaced the anteater.
Yep.
And it replaced, you know, if it would have had a trans brake, you would have had a Davis bump box or something like that. So you would have had about 5 different modules that are all screwed to the firewall, and this one piece of hardware kind of replaces all of that and integrates it into the system. And yeah, hopefully makes things simpler and makes it go faster in the end. That's the whole goal.
For sure. Easy is better, and the more control that you give to a race team, the faster you can go. So let's get this thing on the road and see what happens.
Yeah.